Good morning. I'm Paula, and we're on day 12 of our Advent. So today we're looking at 1 Samuel chapter 16, and we're looking at a story about somebody who was chosen to be king, chosen by God, somebody unlikely that we would choose. When we look at the story, Samuel was appointed by God to go and anoint the king that he has appointed to come after Saul. So Samuel was asked by God to go to Jesse's house. Jesse had 8 sons. Samuel goes, he makes peace. He says, I am here to anoint the king that comes from your line that God has appointed to be our next king. And so Jesse brings his sons in, and the first son comes in, and he is very tall in stature. He's very handsome. And Samuel thinks, oh, this must be the one that God's choosing. And God very quickly said, no, do not anoint him. I have not chosen him. So the second son comes through. God clearly says, no, he's not the one. The third son, he goes through 7 sons, all 7 sons of Jesse's. And God has told Samuel, no, none of these are the one I've appointed. So Samuel looks at Jesse and says, do you have any other children? Jesse says, just one, the youngest, and he's out in the field. He's a shepherd. And Samuel says, go send for him. David comes in, and immediately God gives peace to Samuel and says, this is who I've chosen. Not tall in stature, not the oldest, probably not the best looking, a rugged little shepherd boy. No one that we would look at and say, oh, yes, he's a king. But God looks at the heart of man. He doesn't look at the outward appearance. And so God told Samuel to anoint David as the new upcoming king, and he did. You know, at this Christmas season, we think about the child in the manger, Jesus, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the great I am. But think about how he came. God sent Jesus, lowly, humble, to a stable. Not what the world would think. Not as the Jews expected him to come, as a royal priesthood followed by a great army and band of people. He didn't come that way. God sent him in a very humble state. So as we enter this Christmas season, as we're in the middle of this Christmas season, let's stop and think, how does God choose us? Does God use us because we are somebody or because we have a heart that loves the Lord? As we go in to Christmas, let's always have our heart set on the things that God wants us to do and be open to his calling in our lives so that he can use us for his glory. All right, we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.